Avenue across from Walmart.
Charlie, a record low for us this morning, but things warmed up pretty nicely.
Tied the record low this morning. I thought we were looking for a new record, but we came in at 30 degrees, tied the record in 1997. Butte, new record low this morning, 22 degrees, eclipsed the old mark of 23 in 1997. So definitely some chilly air over the weekend and 4 inches of snow here in Great Falls. But
but that wasn't a shock when I woke up for church Sunday morning.
I laid low. I felt like the Maytag repairman yesterday. I was the loneliest guy in town. I didn't venture too far. 0.04 of an inch precipitation in Lewistown since midnight, trace here in Great Falls and Helena. But the good news is 80s by the weekend.
Yes. I won't be here this weekend, though, so you have to enjoy them for me.
I will enjoy them for you. Let's take a look at the time-lapse this afternoon, see what we got. We had mostly sunny skies over Great Falls. Did have some morning snow in the city around 5 o'clock, but again, high pressure came in and scooted all that precipitation out into the Dakotas. And even some snow in the Black Hills of South Dakota this afternoon. What it all means, it means warmer temperatures headed our way with that high pressure. Light winds also. Daytime high temperatures will continue to increase through the week, eventually reaching the 80s by Friday. Few clouds, maybe a mountain sprinkle Tuesday night. Highs tomorrow 50s and 60s. So indeed, enjoy it. Nice temperatures right now for Great Falls. We're at 50, sunshine. Southeast wind at 9, relative humidity 33%, dew point 22, rising barometer at 30.46 inches of mercury. 103 degrees. That was at noontime today at Wink, Texas. So we'll have indeed some triple digits in the Lone Star State. 12 this morning. West Yellowstone captured the nation's low temperature. It was a chilly morning with the high pressure coming in. Cold front right through here in Goodland, Kansas this afternoon. It was 49 degrees. On the other side in Coffee, Kansas, it was 79. So you can see the difference. Thunderstorms all the way up into Minnesota. Anoka, Cambridge, Glencoe, all picking up some thunderstorms today. 1.2 inches of rain in Litchfield, Minnesota gets the Soggy City Award. Thunderstorms down in Tallahassee and Jacksonville, Florida. It continues. They got some flooding problems in the peninsula of Florida, also Alabama, because of the saturated ground. Flash flood warnings are out for Alabama and also Florida. Precipitation in Montana, a little bit. You can see this morning, this is the last 8-hour loop in southeastern Montana up in the northeastern corner. Pretty much done now, everything over into the Dakotas. And we're talking some warm temperatures. 30 tonight, Cut Bank. 35 tomorrow night, look at a 60, then a 65, hardly any winds and hardly any precipitation, unless tomorrow night, and when it's about 10%. 34 for Havre, 4 tonight, 38 tomorrow night, look at a 65 and a 70 on Wednesday. Lewistown in the mix, 32 tonight, 35 tomorrow night, look at a 61 and a beautiful 65 on Wednesday. For Glasgow, though, they got a chance of a record low tonight with that 28, 39 tomorrow night, look at a 63, then a 71 on Wednesday. In Helena tonight, 34, tomorrow night a 38, look at a 66 and a 70 on Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday, even better. 32 tonight, Great Falls. Dry, we'll have some light winds, enjoy. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a 62. Goose eggs for precipitation, and again, light winds. Tomorrow night, 36. Maybe a mountain sprinkle, just a 10% chance, light winds. And on Wednesday, 68, no rain or snow and light winds. Look at the futurecast. Few clouds coming in from that system parked off the coast right now. That's about it. Maybe a sprinkle or two along the Rocky Mountain front Tuesday night. Takes us through Wednesday at about 5 o'clock. The extended outlook. Here we go. Smiles a mile wide as we look at temperatures moving into the 80s Friday, Saturday. A little cooler, though, Sunday and the Memorial Day observance on Monday.
Good day to have off, though, huh, Charlie?
Yes, it will be.
All right, thanks. This health feed is brought to you by the Apothecary Drugstore. Nicotine patches have helped smokers kick the habit for years. Now there's one for birth control. But can they really help people lose weight? Elizabeth Cohen has the skinny on the so-called fat patch.
Could it really be this easy? Look at these websites selling fat patches. They say put it on and burn the fat. The miracle you've been waiting for. Lose 2 to 4 pounds per week.
What's nice about the diet patch is that you can just put it on your skin. It's easy to use. No pills, no dieting.
So do these things really work? The patches contain seaweed and herbs. Many claim they stimulate the thyroid to boost metabolism. We showed these websites to Jim Hill, a nutrition and weight loss expert at the University of Colorado Health Sciences Center.
Putting a patch on isn't going to help you lose weight. People are wasting their time and their money on products that aren't going to give them success.
Hill says people should be careful about taking products that claim to affect the thyroid.
I would be very leery of taking something that affected my thyroid, because it's equally likely it can affect it in a bad way.
You want to go ahead and try the patch?
Carla Jarrett runs a company that sells patches. She and other people who sell these patches point to a study they say shows the patch works and is safe.
But no one we asked could actually show us a published copy of the study or lead us to the doctor who wrote it. Usually finding the author of a medical study is easy, but in this case, when we tried to locate the doctor, we couldn't find him or any trace of him.
Another company, which has since stopped running this ad, says other studies show their patch works when used as part of their 4-part program that includes diet and exercise. Hill says it's the diet and exercise that work, not the patch.
It's not easy, it's hard work, it takes time, and it takes consistency.
A message it seems Americans would rather not hear. Judging by the proliferation of patches, they'd rather hear about the quick, the easy, and the effortless. Elizabeth Cohen, CNN, Atlanta.
To learn more about the fat patch, just check out weightloss.com. So Chris, summer is pretty much upon us now, almost.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah, and that means swimming pools.
Yes, for some reason, the swimming in the swimming pools always come up for the summer. What's that all about? No.
Winter, I wouldn't think it'd be a combination.
Well, you know, some people do it. Those crazy people that jump into the frozen lakes.
Polar bears?
Yeah, something like that. Those random people. But anyway.
There's a point to that.
Yes, there is a point, I swear. We're talking about the importance of teaching young people how to swim.
Right.
And also, the Frontier Conference may let a few more things slide next season. We'll tell you why the few zebras may become extinct next season. ABC 5 Sports is next.
The Pearson Superstore Memorial Day Countdown Liquidation Sale is going on now. We're burning the blue book on used cars, trucks, and vans so we can lower the prices like never before. Over 400 pre-owned vehicles will be at one giant location for you to select from. And every weekend during the sale, you can join us for a barbecue.
Hey, where's the beef?
No beef, just great prices on pre-owned vehicles. Hey, this barbecue's out of control.
This will cool you off, Sonny.
Our gigantic liquidation sale at the fairgrounds, don't miss it.
Good news for cheaters, they could be getting away with more next year. That is, if the Frontier Conference passes a new cost-cutting proposal that would reduce the number of officials at the men's and women's basketball games from 3 to just 2. Most of the Frontier Conference agrees with them, but League Supervisor of Officials Gene McMahon says he will resign if the conference passes this measure. The presidents of each Frontier Conference school will vote on this plan during their meeting in Dillon on June 5th. It's Monday, and that means every other week it's time for the bi-monthly tip of the week from our friends at the Peak. Today we're talking about swimming and the importance of teaching young children how to stay afloat. It could save their lives.
I think that here in Montana sometimes we feel like we are landlocked, that there aren't that many bodies of water that we have to worry about. We don't live by the ocean. We don't have that kind of a draw for our children. But I think here in Montana, we would be amazed to see the amount of water we live around. Not only do we have pools here in the area, we have rivers that flow right through our community, and there are many, many lakes that a lot of people recreate around in the summer times. So I think that teaching your children to swim is probably one of the greatest gifts you can give them. It could save their life. It could save the life of another child, possibly even their parents. I was actually reading some information from probably one of the largest Learn to Swim programs called Swim America, which is part of the USA Swimming Program. And they found that of older children, especially teenage boys, drowning is second only to car accidents and accidental deaths. And so they believe that if people commit to teaching their children to swim around between the ages of 3 and 5, and will commit to 2 to 3 years of swimming lessons and give their children a chance to do some endurance swimming, that commitment could be the thing that's going to save their life later on down the line. Our theory on swim education and on swimming is really swimming towards a better quality of life. We have swimmers here who come in and swim laps, some of them in their 80s, and they're so committed. And those are the people that learn to swim as children, really enjoy the sport, and find that it really contributes to their overall health, to their aerobic fitness. And, you know, I even have some swimmers here that call it their daily meditation.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
I'm a food truck man. That's all I...
It's the big 5-0 for ABC tonight, so we will join you here after the birthday bash. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you then.
Lindsay Mammon and ABC 5 News.